Good morning. Hope everyone is well. I feel strange doing this because it's been a really long time since I have uploaded a YouTube video, and I think the general consensus is to upload videos when I'm doing something remotely interesting, which is what I'm doing this week. I am actually in Nice in France, and I am here for about 5 days, and I am doing another solo holiday. I'm gonna sneeze 1 second. Okay, I'm back, although I feel like I need to sneeze again, which is really annoying. I feel like it's on its way. I have quite a bad hay fever, and I never used to get bad hay fever in Europe, though when I went to Paris last year I had to get hay fever tablets because I was really struggling, and I'm in France again and I'm struggling with my hay fever quite badly today. My eyes hurt and I'm sneezing, so I don't know if it's just France because I never got hay fever anywhere else in Europe last year when I went travelling. So anyways, I digress. I am here for 5 days and I thought I would do another little YouTube video, mainly to do sort of like a little diary of my life online on YouTube, so that I can look back at it and remember all these amazing memories, because I love watching my YouTube video from last year when I went to Europe and Paris. I actually rewatched the Paris vlog because I did that by myself as well, and I feel like I needed a little bit of a confidence boost. So yeah, I thought that I could bring you along with me and you can have a lovely little snapshot of Nice. I'm also going to I don't know how you say it, so I'll come back to you on that. Cannes, Monaco, Antibes. So I'm really excited. I have a bit of spare time on Friday morning, so I'm wondering if I either sunbathe or I go to a little area of south of France called Villefranche. I don't know how you say that one either. It's only a 10-minute train ride away, and I'm thinking that might be a nice little trip before I go back home. However, all my days are jam-packed and I think it might be nice to just sunbathe on the Friday, but we'll see. We shall see. Anyways, I hope you enjoy, and the next few clips will probably be me on a speedboat, so that'll be fun. I'm back. I had the quickest turnaround at lunch. I went on my speedboat tour, which was absolutely incredible, and I have loads of clips to show you. I literally am such a water baby. I love anything to do with speedboat tours, and I used to swim competitively when I was younger. It's just one of my favourite things to do. I did it in Croatia, although that one was definitely better because we saw dolphins, and I don't think anything could top that. But we went to a few different locations along the French Riviera, and we also got to swim, which was amazing. The water was really cold, and now my hair is just very, very curly, but I quite like it when it's ocean curly. I don't really like it when it's shower curly because it gets really frizzy, but I think it's got quite nice curls when it's got the salt water on it. I literally had half an hour to get changed out of all my wet clothes and my bikini and whatever to go to Bacamar for lunch, which was really, really nice. It's along the beach, and I had a glass of wine and I had some pasta and this really gorgeous lemon pie as well, because I was feeling like having something a little bit more healthy. I suppose it's not really healthy having dessert, but still, I don't normally have dessert, so I thought, why not? And then I wanted to go to the Castle Hill in Nice, but I realised that I wasn't wearing appropriate footwear because I was literally wearing these. And I couldn't climb the castle wearing those. I think I would just hate my life because it was still quite warm as well. So, I don't know where to put you where it feels like my arm isn't killing me. So I spontaneously decided to go to Villa France-sur-Mer, which wasn't supposed to be on my list today, but I had quite a lot of time to kill. It was only 5 o'clock and I felt like I could do something else because there wasn't really anything else I could do at that time in Nice. So I decided to just go explore there, and it was a really beautiful place, very colourful, gorgeous. Then I just got an Aperol Spritz at a bar again by the ocean, which was really nice. And now my hotel actually has a rooftop bar, which is quite well known in Nice. Didn't even realise that until they told me yesterday. So I'm gonna go and just chill there until I go to bed because I have an early start tomorrow. I have to be up at 6 a.m, which I don't even wake up at 6 a.m. for work, but my train leaves at 5 to 8 because I'm going to Antibes for half the day, and then the second half of the day I'm going to Cannes, which I'm so excited about. They have the Armani Cafe, so I'd really like to go there if it's not too busy. And I'm thinking in Antibes I might just do like a little few hours on the beach, but we'll see because I have other things I'd like to do as well, and I have lunch planned there. But now I'm just gonna go chill on the rooftop bar, take a couple of videos. Hopefully I might see the sunset, which is really exciting. Hopefully there's space for me because it's getting quite late now. And then I'm gonna go to bed. Good morning guys, hope everyone's well. It is day 2 of my trip and I'm currently in Antibes, which I believe I mentioned last night. I have been to the Picasso Museum, I looked through the old town and I had a coffee, which was really nice. And now I'm heading to Billionaires Bay, but I can only really stay for 5 minutes because I have a reservation at 12, and I'll need to get a taxi back because it's quite a long way. I can't walk it, I don't think. So I'm just gonna go and check it out because it's all over Instagram and TikTok, so I feel like you can't come to Antibes and not at least look at the bay. And then I'm gonna head back, have some lunch. My train was cancelled to Cannes, which is really annoying, so I'm gonna head to the train station and see what the situation is, but hopefully I can just book it on Trainline because that's what I've been doing. So anyone from the UK and I think the US, anywhere really, if you've got the Trainline app, you can book on there instead of at the train station, because it was a bit confusing to me. I did try at the train station but I had no idea what I was doing, so I just literally booked it online and it took me a minute. And I did that last night, and to Antibes today it's really easy. You just scan your QR code. I'm excited to see Bay of Billionaires, and then excited to have some food, and I'm very excited for Cannes, so I will see you at Bay of Billionaires. Guys, I feel like this vlog so far has been so happy and everything looks amazing probably on all these videos, if I do say so myself. And sorry I look like a little rat, by the way. I've just washed my hair and had a shower. I feel like a pamper night was needed because, oh my goodness, the things they don't tell you about coming to the south of France is I have never in my entire life been on such a busy train as I was coming from Cannes back to Nice. I've been to London multiple times, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times because I live in the UK. London is notorious for horrendous tubes, and you know, I haven't lived there before, so I don't truly know how bad it's been, but I've never in my life been on a train so busy as it was on the way back to Nice. And not to mention that the UK is always cold. Nice, it's currently like 23 degrees, or when I came back it was something like between 22 and 23 degrees, and it was literally packed on the train, packed like sardines. Obviously you have to be mindful of people pickpocketing. I couldn't even turn around to check somebody wasn't in my backpack because we were all squashed together and I was just in panic mode. The root of my anxiety, or part of my anxiety, is being claustrophobic or enclosed in really tight spaces, on top of the heat, on top of the fact my phone was going to die and my ticket was on my phone, on top of the fact I had to get on a random train because all of the trains kept cancelling because there was some sort of issue with the signalling all day. I literally had to get a taxi to Cannes because I couldn't get one from Antibes to Cannes because it kept delaying. If I'd waited any longer, I wouldn't have essentially been able to spend enough time there to fully immerse myself in the city and experience Cannes in the way I wanted to. But naturally I didn't get a taxi back from Cannes to Nice because I think it would have been something like €65. I wish I did, because nothing will ever make me want to experience that train journey ever again. I was taking deep breaths. I was putting into practice everything I've learned from meditation. I was saying nice things to myself in my head. I was trying not to panic because a part of me just wanted to get off the train and figure it out. And I probably would have if I had more battery. I probably would have honestly just got a taxi from wherever the next stop was, but I couldn't. And it was just absolutely horrendous. I feel like I have to be realistic on these and tell you, if you come to the south of France, you have to be prepared for that. I think especially coming from Cannes or another destination that's popular. So I would imagine that Monaco to Nice is probably also a very busy train journey. Thankfully, I've booked through Get Your Guide a day trip to Monaco, which is a private bus. So I am not going to experience that ever again, and I don't want to experience that ever again. I think next time I will just save more and get taxis everywhere. That being said, Uber is amazing because I didn't know if you could get Uber in the south of France. I didn't know if they used it yet or if it was all local taxis, but I went from Antibes to Billionaires Bay because it would have taken me an hour to walk there and I just didn't have time because I was only there half the day. And it was something like a 18-minute drive from where I had originally been in Antibes, and it only cost me something like £10. Whereas in Newcastle, where I live in the UK, from the city centre back to mine, which is also about 18 to 20-minute drive, costs me £25. So I think that Uber is exceptionally cost effective in Nice. It was like that in London as well, and Paris, really cost effective Ubers. So that was good. I kind of just wish I'd done that on the way back home because, oh guys, it was just horrific. I just feel like I need to warn you, especially for all my anxiety people out there, my fellow anxiety stressors. It ain't it. So I'm now just doing my hair. By the way, this, for anyone who has curly thick hair, this oil absolutely incredible, works wonders on my hair soaks up, my hair loves it. And he also used this, which is also just amazing for styling, although I don't know if it's this or something else that I use, which I've left at home, which is frizzies, but my curls don't stay in as well as they used to, and I don't know if it's this or I don't know if it's this, I'm not sure. That being said though, these make my hair so silky and just exceptional. Just an FYI, if you are thinking about getting new hair care products and you have similar hair to me, go for this. So yeah, I've just been pampering. I've got some crisps. I wanted to get some Lay's ones, but obviously it was all in French and I wasn't 100% sure on what the flavour was because it wasn't obvious. There was red, which obviously I knew was ready sorted, but it wasn't obvious which one was which because it was all in French, so I just went with what I knew because it literally says barbecue. So I'm gonna have some of those, and I've got a big bottle of water because I don't know what the situation's like in terms of drinking tap water in Nice, and I'm literally gonna go lie in bed and watch Gilmore Girls because that's one of my comforts. Maybe Friends, actually, I'm not sure, one of the two, just to de-stress. Because guys, that was an experience and not one I ever want to experience again. It was just horrific. Oh, I don't know how I didn't have a panic attack, guys. I really don't. Anyways, the next part of this vlog will be tomorrow when I'm going to Monaco. I'm so excited. So included in that is obviously the Rock of Monaco, Monte-Carlo, and we get a tour around the Grand Prix, which is amazing because it was only on last week, so I can pretend like I was there when I wasn't, and I'm not special and I would never be invited, but a girl can dream. So I'm sure my bank account will be broken tomorrow, but I'm still very excited and I can't wait for you to watch the rest of this video.
Salute.
Morning guys, I wasn't gonna put any makeup on, but I'm thinking maybe I should because I look really tired and really freckly. I think I might have had an allergic reaction, or I've got some pretty bad allergies at the minute because my eye has flared up, and the root of my hay fever is always my eyes. I always get eye infections in summer. If I touch anything I'm allergic to, it's always my eyes that get inflamed. So I think that might be the situation right now, but today is my last day. I actually fly out in about an hour. Well, I don't fly out, I go to the airport in an hour. I'm getting picked up and taken to the airport, so I'm about to head down for some breakfast. Final breakfast in Nice, which I'm very sad about because I've had such a wonderful time. I went to Monaco yesterday and that was an exceptional experience. You absolutely need to add Monaco to your bucket list, and I would recommend doing a day trip on Get Your Guide, which is what I used. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. I don't have very many followers for that, but if you use Get Your Guide, it's just a really amazing way of seeing the city with a local who has the experience to be able to show you the best parts of, in this instance, Monaco, but you can also do it in Nice. I did a speedboat tour earlier on in the week with Get Your Guide, and they just have all of the experience and culture to be able to give you a really insightful day out. So I would absolutely recommend that, because I think I would have struggled to get around Monaco without having somebody who has been there numerous occasions, because you have to go to the bottom floor to park to get to the Rock of Monaco, and then you have to get a lift and then escalator and then a lift and then I think there's another escalator. It's very confusing. So I was very grateful that we had a tour guide with us. She knew how much time we should spend in each location and where to go and how to get to and from. Very experienced, very careful driver. I had an exceptional time. I was obsessed with Monte Carlo. I would quite like to go back and maybe stay there a few days instead of just doing a day trip, although I think it would be quite expensive. Obviously the main attraction in Monaco is the casino. You can go inside the entrance hall and you don't have to pay to go inside the entrance hall, but you do have to pay to go inside the casino, and you can play in the casino. And our tour guide was telling us, fun fact of the day, that if you are a citizen of Monaco, you are not allowed to gamble in the casino, because I'm assuming they don't want to lose any money for their economy. But it's actually forbidden, you're not allowed. Only tourists can gamble in the casino apparently, which is a really interesting fact. So you learn something new every day. There was lots of Ferraris, lots of Teslas, lots of very expensive cars. Was hoping to find my husband there, but you know, nobody came forward, so it's back to the north of England for me. Monaco was so picturesque. It was like being on a film set. It's like nothing you've seen before. It was kind of similar to Venice for me. It's just a very unique location. It's not similar to anywhere else. So for example, Nice reminds me quite a lot of cities like London and Paris and things like that. Same with Cannes. Whereas Monaco, it was just, I felt like I was in a Hollywood movie. It was just exceptional, very clean, very picturesque, very beautiful. I can see why it's one of the most richest countries in the world. And I just had an amazing time. And now it's back to reality. So getting on the plane, gonna have some breakfast and go home. But the positive of that is I get to see my dog. So I'm very, very, very excited to go home and see him and cuddle him today. I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope that I have inspired you to potentially come to the south of France, because it's such an exceptional holiday. It is almost, not quite, but almost on par with Italy for me. Like such a beautiful, beautiful part of the country. Absolutely amazing. I would 100% recommend coming here. I definitely prefer it more than Paris, because you have city and beach life in very close proximity. So you can get on a train and you can head to Antibes and you can go to Billionaires Bay, but then you've got Nice and you can go shopping. You have a little blend of both, which is really beautiful, and I would definitely recommend. So I will see you in the next vlog, whenever that is, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. Bye!
Flight time, 1 hour, 40 minutes, something like that. It's not quite fast, I'm afraid.